Hello?
Yeah.
Oh,
are they oh, there he is. I heard
We're
Justice
going.
just
We're
now.
here, guys.
We're live.
Well, I'm doing
All
my
right, folks, you caught us with our pants down.
below me. Below me. Anthony, to my
What's up?
I'm gonna go with left. Wonder Meg. Below that,
Yes.
our producer, Jack. People, can you holler at the people for me?
What's good?
What's up?
What up?
Sorry, this has been an absolute train wreck of a beginning. That's all right.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Here, it happens.
first of all, thank you for joining us. How is your night going?
Yeah, it's going good.
Great. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys asking us on.
Yeah, for sure. This is our first show as like a duo together, I think.
Yeah.
Like guest wise. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how did World's Finest start?
Anthony, go ahead.
What is it? Say
Like,
again.
how
What
do
is
you
it?
Yeah, how
guys-
World's Finest started.
How do we start it? We've been friends for like, it's going to be like 2 years.
I know.
Yeah, like 2 years and a couple months. And she was the first guest to ever come on my YouTube channel and kick it. It wasn't visual. It was just like an audio podcast, whatever. But so after she did Justice Con and things, after we finally met in real life in person in Michigan a few months ago, I asked her if she wanted to do a show together. And she said, yeah. So we started putting ideas together, and it started off as we were having like one meeting per week, but then it turned into like 4.
Yeah.
But I think that I mean, we didn't have to say it to each other, that it just helped to do that. Sometimes you see shows on YouTube where like the chemistry isn't there because maybe the people don't talk when they're not doing shows. So and so we started meeting a lot, coming up with a lot of ideas, and that's how it started. Our first show, we had a bunch of artists that did like promotion for us for the first episode. So we brought all of those artists on and had them show some of their work or whatever and talk about how they created ours. And the second episode was part of Deck the Hall of Justice. So the third episode was where you really got World's Finest.
Yeah.
We had 0 guests and we were unhinged and unchained. Yeah. It was fire.
You know what? I like it because it's like a backdoor pilot, kind of. It's almost like I like it. I like the feel. So I mean, as you guys know, we had back in November we had Meg, your friends Cole and Nana on, and we had such a good time talking to them and just like hearing the experiences of 2 people that were so dedicated to seeing this film and like getting it made, raising money and helping people. And since then we've talked to a lot of people that were on the front lines, and just to start it off, we have tremendous respect for the fight that you gave and for what you did for AFSP, and you truly you deserve a victory lap finally. So
yeah, absolutely do. It's coming. Coming soon.
36
yeah, it is coming. So what's your most anticipated like plot line, character, story arc? Just the subtraction of Joss Whedon. What's your favorite aspect of Snyder's Justice League?
I've been waiting for this to come out for like 3 years. So like you've had 3 years to think about like what you're most hyped to see. But I think just the experience of seeing it for the first time is like really what I'm looking forward to. Like actually finally being able to sit down and watch something that you've been like campaigning for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I'm really, really excited to see like Martian Manhunter. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Flash's whole like arc that he had, because that obviously was completely cut out.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly excited for Ray Fisher to finally get that chance to show like his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see. Sorry about that. I'm really excited because like now I've had a little bit more time talking to him, but I'm actually really excited for Ray Porter as Darkseid.
Yeah. Ray Porter is such a sweetheart too.
I mean, it's like such a sweetheart. Really, like I ask him something, and he's always like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, "You're bad boning your body, sir."
Come on. It's like he plays like
tell me no on
bad
something.
guy on the planet, and he's like the nicest guy in real life.
Yeah. We're working with him on like a project that we pitched to him, and he liked the idea, but it had to meet certain conditions, and the money has to go to AFSP and all things that we were committed to doing in the first place. But he wanted to make sure that was met. Like before he even knew what it was, he was already like, this is what I need out of it. And I'm just like, you're this whole movement, the whole toxicity like claim that people make, and people like Jody or the other kid, I can never remember his name, but
Andy.
It's truly like weird that they can't see how good everyone here is, and the pure of heart and the selflessness, and it's just, it blows my mind.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have to admit how biased they are when they don't want to, especially when they talk about the toxicity in the fandom. I mean, any fandom you join or any fandom on the face of the earth has toxic people. And it's just our job to kind of be more positive than we already are. So.
Yeah.
It's
like, and I was saying it to Sean O'Connell the other night. It's like, this is the time that we should be doing like the victory lap, like I just said to you earlier. And it seems like there's more division than ever. And that's truly like, it's a little sad, but there's also a lot of unity. And I think just the headlines get made by the bad.
Yeah, I mean, negative attention always is what sells. So
unfortunately,
right.
That's right.
And we've always talked about how like a lot of the so-called elite journalists are just so upset that this happened. You could just tell they're grinding their teeth. You let the toxic fans win, especially the writers like who like Leslie, not to cross genres, but loved The Last Jedi, and the fans who hated The Last Jedi, and they said, no, you're wrong for not loving this, and why do you Mandalorian instead? And like there's this weird war between like what people think you should like versus what fans actually do like, and hugs sort of the quote unquote better educated. Yeah. So, Anthony, what are you looking forward to the most? Justice League.
Well, just same thing Meg said. Fucking, my co-host knows me so well. But yeah, it's the same thing. But my looking forward to, besides the actual experience of watching it, is seeing Ray Fisher's performance, just because it's the heart of the movie. So I can't wait for. I actually can't wait for other people to see that, because I mean, I can't wait to see it myself, but I know that like me seeing it is going to be something. Me watching something that I already knew was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? As far as like his performance being fire, but I'm excited for other people to see Ray Fisher as not just the actor he is, but like just seeing that this character was way more than just booyah or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for that. That's probably the biggest thing for me.
Right. And we have a resident. I wouldn't call. So he's not like Jody. He's not Andrew or whatever his name is. But Justice next to me, he's just not a fan of what Snyder did with the DC, but he's not belligerent about it, and he's not like he's not he just doesn't like it, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
But what did you say about Jared Leto? I was actually
I'm hyped.
all
I'm hyped
right.
for Jared. I really am. 'Cause I thought nothing in Suicide Squad about was like no problem I had was about Jared Leto. It was about his design, right? The stupid tattoos and the grill. Like I have a grill. The Joker should not have a grill. He's wearing a pimp cane and a leather jacket. You know, it drove me crazy. But I know Jared Leto to be a great actor from things like Dallas. What is
Buyers
it?
Club.
Buyers Club.
Buyers Club, yeah.
Movies like that. Just excellent performances. So I'm really hyped to see that. And Meg, I'm on the same boat with The Flash as well. I really would like to see that because I'm not a fan of the whole goofy jokes, kind of, I'm a quirky kind of weirdo kind of vibe Joss went with.
Speaking of Joss.
Like that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, speaking of Joss. So Joss is in the news again today for being the great guy that he is. Just more and more claims coming out against him.
Great.
So Jack, you maybe want to run that through us, and then we can maybe have a little conversation. Let's not focus too much on it.
Okay, yeah, but as we all know, Ray had said some stuff about Joss. There's been a lot of back and forth among fans, who, whether Ray was making something up. But a character from two of his shows, there was Buffy, and then there was a spinoff Angel, was Chris McCarthy. Yeah. And this story actually came out many years ago, but no one was listening to it. She came out and said, I stand with Ray Fisher, and he was very abusive. She got pregnant during the 4th season, and then Joss said some really horrible stuff about her being pregnant. First of all, asking if she was going to keep it. Then he would kind of punish her by making her come to set, like, at 1 a.m. to do scenes. Yeah. They unceremoniously killed her off. So she posted that. Moments later, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy herself, came in support of her. Moments after that, Amber, I wasn't getting her name right, but I have it right here. Amber Heard, Amber Benson, and then also Michelle Trachtenberg, who both joined the show around seasons 4 and 5, all came out. So it's not just one person saying it. This is almost the entire female cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer saying that, hearing Amber Benson say that it was a toxic environment, and this is kind of hard to hear because, Joss had been sort of the darling for nerds for the longest time. I'm a huge Buffy fan. So hearing this about him, you can't say that Ray's now making stuff up as people have accused him. Now we're hearing that he was like this 20 years ago. And this is what Sarah Michelle Gellar said. I want to be associated with Buffy, not with Joss Whedon. Those are strong words. And within moments, all the stars came out. Put that out there.
Yeah, so he's a creep, man. For sure. He's been you start out you don't just start out like that. There's obviously a progression of events that happen, and he's been getting away with it for, like you said, 20 some years now. And I'm glad that they finally feel confident enough to speak up about what they went through. Him saying are you going to keep it or whatever, that's just disgusting. And just imagine where her character could have went if they wouldn't have killed her off because of his own delusion.
And I watched that episode live, and it was just so sudden, and we're like, wait, they just killed Cordelia off? And it was just so unceremonious. Now we know the truth.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking.
I didn't watch Buffy or Angel, but I'm very on board with Supernatural, and Supernatural was born from those shows, the success of those shows specifically. And, it was Buffy alone is, such a staple of pop culture, especially in the Supernatural, that drama, that kind of CW drama. My mom was always watching it, and it sucks when you when such a show that brought so much joy to people, you hear about all the behind the scenes, that it was a toxic set. They didn't need want to go there. The person that when you go to work, you're supposed to be safe, especially as an artist, right? You're supposed to go there to be creative and to be able to flex your creative muscle. But to go there and fear the person that's in charge is such a scary feeling. And
right.
it just
and
backs
like
what Ray is saying.
especially with Ray, like he tried to go through the proper channels that you would go through at like a regular job. Like you would go to HR on complaints like that, and it seems like any like avenue he went down, he wasn't getting listened to.
No, he wasn't.
Right. Right.
And really, it took him kind of falling on his own sword for months for this to start coming out, because I think a lot of people have been scared, and a lot of people were saying, well, maybe Ray's just trying to draw attention to himself. But by doing this, now you have other stars. Charisma comes out, all of her supporting cast comes out. Now you can ignore it, and you need that one person to sometimes have to take the hate and the heat. And I applaud Ray for doing that, because Ray's not a big name actor like Momoa or Gal or Ben.
Yeah.
You can say, screw you, I'm going off to Universal, or I'm going to Disney. I can go anywhere I want. He's really at the start of his career. He still hasn't made it big yet. This was his, launch him into superstardom.
No, I thought today was fire. I thought what happened, like with her coming out, it's just it's time. Dude's done now. Like it's nobody will touch him with a fucking 100-mile stick. Now, you know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing, because he's just now that and seeing that her co-stars come to her support, seeing her support Ray, that's just all like it's all like full circle. There are so many people quiet today because
very quiet.
Yeah. Quiet. They've been smashing on Ray for months because Ray was stepping out, and they were like, well, tell us something, Ray. What actually happened? Well, he can't, because there's something called fucking law. So and so he didn't, and people were they were trying to clap on him for it. And now this comes out, and a lot of those people who were talking shit about Ray, I heard nothing from them this entire day. So I thought it was fire. I was very happy. Happy to see her shit come out, but like happy to see it in the sense that like here's somebody else who's proving that this dude is trash. So
it's vindication.
Blew up too. Like her tweet had like 100,000 likes or something, and so it's
I can't even get 10. You got 100,000.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. But that just goes to show dude's fucking garbage.
Charisma, she did confirm that she was a part of Ray's investigation as well, right?
Yeah, she was talked
she
to.
participated. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, because, I mean, when you have two people kind of saying the same exact fucking thing, someone needs to look, right? These stories are almost identical, just from a different gender's perspective, or it's more or less like his was a little racial and hers was being, I don't really like to say it, but she was treated differently. Yes. So, you got two people saying almost the same thing. Someone needs to pay attention.
Specific to the person too. Like Ray's was racial. Hers was because she got pregnant. I mean, it's insane. Like there's like 80 people involved in the investigation. So there's potentially 80 different
people that can
80 different types of harassment and abuse that people were put through, and we're only hearing about like specifically 2 right now. And it's already just like heartbreaking. Imagine what the other 78 accounts are.
And I'm wondering if stories from his other shows. There was Firefly, there was Dollhouse.
I'm sure there has to be more.
I'm curious about the Avengers. Now, in the first Avengers movie, there was just, in terms of female characters, there was really Scarlett Johansson and Kobe Smulders. So maybe, he didn't behave as much. But Buffy was a very female-dominated show. Angel had a lot of female actresses on. I'm kind of waiting to see if some more balls are going to drop.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see, especially like with a production by Disney or something. If he did something on the set of the Avengers or something, then that comes out, because that'll blow up even more.
Besides his choice of scenes in his Avengers movies, I think he might have been if this is even possible, he was on a little bit better behavior just because of the cast and because. And then once the first one came out and it made over $1 billion, then he probably went back to his old tricks, bro. Just for
you're right.
Back to his old whatever, because you think about it, like you just said, there's only 2 really head female actresses in the movie. So what are you gonna do that with a bunch of dudes like
6'2",
Sam
6'3", bigger than you?
Exactly, Samuel Jackson. Those type of actors in there. That I don't see it going on. But by the time the second one came around, I mean, he had already made all that money. Disney, he was already Disney's their child, their baby. So yeah, think about it. Samuel Jackson was only in this little bitty part. He's in a little bitty part of Age of Ultron. This little bitty part at the end where he showed up at the farmhouse or whatever. So
yeah.
Well, it makes you wonder. I mean, he did the first 2 Avengers movies. Why didn't he do the last 2? Like,
we actually got into that. Apparently,
what they told us was he got crazy.
Yeah,
he
legit.
went kind of crazy.
Also, the Winter Soldier was fire, so they were probably dudes.
When Ray Fisher first came around and he first made these claims, we were already doing the show at the time. And Ray, if you're watching, this is my official apology because I was wrong. If he does watch, I hope he watches. This is my official apology because I did not hop on that train when he first made those claims. I didn't immediately. I didn't stand with him. I didn't take him seriously. I hear claims like that all the time on a regular basis. But as time went on, and we get more things like we've been getting more claims from other people, and it's like you guys said before, it's damn near the exact same kind of claims. Now I'm forced to take it more seriously. And now I agree. Yes, he's a piece of shit. And I do stand with you. But at the time, I'm not so quick to jump on board when people make claims and, cry victim because it happens more often than I would like to admit. Right. So I'm a little more hesitant, a little more skeptical. But again, Ray, if you're watching, that's my official apology. My bad. I stand with you.
Aw. Wow, you said more nice things about the Snyder Cut tonight than ever.
How about that?
Wow.
I think I always like stood with Ray, and especially after his panel with us on JusticeCon, how I could actually hear how this affected him and how passionate he was about getting justice.
Yeah.
For not just himself, but for everyone involved, and how he's a guy that doesn't he could care less if he becomes some big superstar. He could care less if he gets roles anymore. He could go on living just a regular normal life. I think he's very courageous when he doesn't need to be. He shouldn't have to be as courageous as he is about it. And that's why I'm glad more people are speaking out. So he's not the only voice.
Yeah.
That's right. It always starts with one. Somebody has to have that bravery to take that first step, and then others will follow, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I wonder how Warner's going to respond to this. Okay.
Yeah, I am interested actually in that. I hope they take the right side. That's all.
Well,
I'm saying.
they've been acting very standoffish. I mean, the day that Zach's been tweeting, AT&T, HBO Max, DC, Warner Media, they're all sharing everything. And Warner Brothers is purposely not sharing this stuff. They've been acting very, like school children. And this is coming out. And remember, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Angel, that was on the WB. Those were Warner Brothers shows.
Yeah.
Made by Fox. Yeah. So those actors were under Warner Brothers. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So to spin it back, I have a fun question. Not a question, but I asked it to Sean, and I just want to ask it again. So if I were to take the cosmic treadmill and come back in time, come out of your computer, and tell you 1 year from now that on March 18th, you would get the Snyder Cut in all its glory, all its 4-hour glory, you'd be getting the Joker the way we need him to be. What would you tell me?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's before the announcement. Dude. That's a few months before the announcement, dude. In February of last year, the hoodie was out though.
Yeah.
The fire hoodie was out. The one that
we were planning JusticeCon around that time.
Yeah.
Just in the beginning stages.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you were planning JusticeCon on your computer and all of a sudden you just saw my ugly face come out of the screen.
First of all,
and I was like, hey,
you.
Yeah, you were
because I don't know.
Yo, Meg, listen to me now.
Yeah,
in 1 year, how can you be? No, I don't know what
I don't know. I would. It would be spectacle for sure.
AT&T, they're the key.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, bro, clear my browser history because if I'm about to die, I don't want
that was funny as shit. But it truly is like I was thinking about it, and you know, like if someone told me, you know, a year or year and a half, 2 years ago, I guess a year is a bad example because when I think of a year, I still can't even believe it's already been a year almost. But you know, if someone told me that, like there was so much hope, but I really didn't think it would be this quick originally. Like I really didn't. Right? There was a lot good going on. I just didn't think Warner Brothers would ever pull the trigger and be like, yes. And then theoretically they didn't. But
I always expected this to be like not like a 20-year situation, but maybe like a 5 to 10 type thing. Like them getting through like their cinematic universe as it is now, and then they would bring it out. Yeah. I didn't think that it would be like as quickly. I mean, I don't want to say it was quick because it did feel like we were doing it for a long time. But no, I expected at least like 5 to 10 years for sure.
I was thinking at some point leadership would have to change at Warner Brothers, like someone new would have to come in. Like some new guy. And in a sense, that's kind of what happened with Jason Kilar and AT&T. It is kind of new leadership came in and said, what are you guys doing? Release this damn thing. This is money in the bank.
I mean,
and Justice was going to say, what was he going to say? Corona.
Yeah, if COVID didn't come around, Meg, you'd probably be right. It'd probably be something like 7 years before they did release it.
Yeah, it feels like each sequence was like meant to be. Like everything felt like
everything. Yeah, you're right. Right, because we'd be. I could see 5 to 10 years. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
You know, after. Because, you know, Meg, you just said it. It seems like it's been so long now. So after kind of fighting for so long, because soldiers and I know it's weird to make that comparison, but after fighting for so long, like, is it weird to not be fighting anymore? I mean, we're fighting sort of to get restore the Snyderverse, but it does feel like some people think that they have less purpose when they get what they fought for so long.
I wouldn't say that I feel like we don't, or I personally don't have a purpose anymore, because I feel like all of the energy I was putting into like campaigning for the cut, I can now put into like
AFSP.
Yeah, AFSP, doing more events like that, doing Justice Con more, or making it bigger than, you know, it was before. No, I think that there's always going to be something to fight for, especially with the AFSP. I mean, that's the work that they do is never going to go away, unfortunately. So always supporting them in everything we do is the goal now. And obviously trying to restore the Snyderverse as well.
Yeah. And the reason I say that, and the reason I say that, because it's not like, I'm not trying to say that, oh, look, she has no purpose anymore. And I did see the Justice Con, the 2021 Justice Con, like, what is it? It was kind of like a teaser for the panelists.
Oh, those are our hosts.
And, right, like Dave Pena. So I think you guys, I mean, I remember watching it last year, and like, now I'm sitting here talking to you, right? It's kind of a full circle thing. And you guys did so great. You did the time when the world was transitioning. You brought a little bit of normalcy. And that was like the best part of it.
Yeah. No, it felt good to put something like that together for sure.
Absolutely. You should feel big. You guys made a lot of progress for this charity and the actual movement of the movie being released itself. You should feel good about it. Let me ask you this: how much during this time of quote unquote fighting, how much of time were you putting into this? like a week? Is this like consuming all of your time, or is it kind of to the side, or?
Check her Twitter.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I've always been super invested in like the superhero genre, and I've always been a fan of Zach's work. So like once I found the Snydercut movement, it just seemed like natural. Like I was already spending my time enjoying that kind of content and like sharing that type of stuff anyways. So, and I'm pretty much like a homebody anyway, so like I don't really get out much. So like I like to spend my time like reading comic books, watching those films, and then like discussing it with other people as well. So like when I found the movement, it just seemed like natural in a way. Like I don't know.
I'm kind of curious with both of you, because Meg, you said you're a Snyder
Same
fan.
question.
Okay.
What's that? Same question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, check my
I'm just
Twitter.
kidding.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same with me. I mean, look, we both like work full-time jobs, so like like when things happen that are not near, it's kind of hard to make it there just because of that. But still, donations. I've always been donating, and whenever I can support a movement, like as far as anything on Twitter, where like I don't have to actually be there to support. I have, and so and like her, I like to read. I read comic books. I watch movies. So, and I've been a fan of Zack Snyder since Dawn of the Dead is so fire, dude. Like that's my shit. So like, yeah, and it's crazy because I didn't realize he directed that until I watched 300. I was like, yo, 300 is fire, and I was like, no wonder I like that movie so much. But yeah, and I'm a fan of his work. So anything that will help Zach to get his vision out there, I'm all for it.
I'm a true fan.
I got so obsessed with Zack Snyder that I was looking up his commercials.
Oh, really?
Like, this dude is fucking great. I was like, I need to find everything he's ever made in his life.
Legends of the Guardians.
Took a little too far there.
Have y'all seen Legends of the Guardians? Is so fire, dude, and so underrated. It's ridiculous.
So underrated. Oh, it's
the last time I watched it, I was like, dude, this shit holds up so well. Like the visuals, like the animation, it's better than a lot of the shit that's out there today. So yeah, dude, Zach is fire.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of animation. I've always preferred animation over live action, especially in DC's case. I love their animated run.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of animated movies. Yeah.
So I was curious because you're both
Justice Society trailer.
Yeah, I saw that. That looks pretty good.
Absolutely, I'm all about it. World War II setting, superheroes, right up my alley.
So, which out of the DC run, we'll just call it the DCEU as a whole, because I don't really care if you say Shazam, or I'm pretty sure you're not going to say Shazam, but what is your favorite DCEU film to date and why? And we'll start with Anthony this time.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Yeah, Man of Steel.
What a bold choice.
Yeah, yo, dude, Man of Steel is fire, dude. I remember, and I'm sure a lot of that has to do with it with me watching with my son on Father's Day at one point in time, like in theaters when it came out on this big ass fucking movie screen. But that movie is, to me, is perfect, flawless. Henry Cavill's a perfect choice. It took Superman and put him in my world, and that's I mean, because if you've been reading Superman for a long time in the comics and watching animated stuff and seeing the other movies, he was never put in our world, and he finally was, and I enjoyed it. And yeah, BVS is close second.
That's awesome. Honestly, that's the first time I've ever heard that answer like that. So I was happy for that.
Yeah.
Meg.
And then Meg.
I would say BVS for sure. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Ultimate Edition, right?
Oh yeah. Whenever I talk about BVS, it's always Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Always.
Anthony and Meg, what was because there's two camps of BVS fans. There's the ones who didn't like it and then loved the Ultimate Edition. And then like guys like Garza we met, he said, no, I love the theatrical version too. How did you guys feel about that movie when you saw it in theaters?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters like 7 times, dude.
Okay.
And that was way before the Ultimate Edition. I loved it.
Yeah, okay.
I can admit that there were a few holes in there, but like I'm gonna say like I'm smart enough to like I can bridge that gap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when the Ultimate Edition came out, I was like, dude, how do you leave this stuff out? Warner Brothers can do this. Get the fuck out. But the Ultimate Edition is far superior once you see those holes like kind of filled. But Meg.
It might sound weird, but I never saw BVS in the theaters.
That's okay.
When the movie came out, it was like a really, really rough time in my life. I didn't go out do anything, and when I finally watched it, it was like literally like life changing. Like I was going through like a horrible bout of anxiety, and when I watched it for the first time, I was like, "Yo, this shit is like the coolest movie I've ever seen." I mean, as Batman, as Superman, as Wonder Woman, and they're all dealing.
Fire.
Oh yeah, it's fire. But they're all dealing with like real life issues. Like it's not just like a joke fest the entire time. It's like they're dealing with like struggles that like I myself feel like I could have went through, or like anyone could have went through. So I've only ever seen the Ultimate Edition. So I don't know. I guess maybe I should watch the theatrical one.
That's
no, don't do it on me.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you're enough of a fan that if you did go watch the theatrical, you would say to yourself, "Okay, I understand why the studio maybe wanted this shorter version in there," but as a like a diehard Zack fan, you're like, well, you took the essence of Zack Snyder away. He needs those cutscenes to make his films make sense. You know, so
spoiler alert.
Yeah,
I'll tell you. I think I already told you though, Meg. I'm sure I told you the scene of him saving people at the Capitol, just straight up not in that shit.
Yeah,
don't watch it.
And that's such a good, like, cool moment too. Like, you see him, he's like helpless. Like, they don't need him.
Or the scene of him talking to Steppenwolf, Lex Luthor, like that's cut.
Yeah.
So later when Lex has been on wrong, they've heard us. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Who did he talk to? And then the whole scene of him talking to Steppenwolf or communicating.
What was stupid about that one was the fact that the movie came out and then the Tuesday following opening night on Friday, they released that little 30-second cut of him talking to Steppenwolf and then Steppenwolf, disintegrating into whatever. I was like, why'd you cut it out the movie and release it 2 days later? So
2 days later, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
But we're doing so Garza's coming on the podcast this Saturday, and Justice over here has never actually seen Ultimate Edition, so we're gonna do like a watch party breakdown and kind of explain why, what's.
You can come, guys. You're more than welcome. Y'all can join us.
For sure.
I think it's like beautiful when you can show someone that version of the film for the first time because if it goes correctly. And their eyes light up like, oh.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Whatever. So I just had a question too, and I forgot. Does anyone else have a question? Because I'm running out of them. Yeah, I had two of them in my head that I've just lost.
I do got to leave in like 5 minutes, so
all right.
Whatever questions you got.
Before you go, I know you don't want to waste too much time on it.
No, you're fine.
But what was your initial reaction to Sir Jody's claims about and again, this is just something I'm doing my due diligence on here, so I'd rather not talk about him and give him a platform. But do you think he should be? Do you think someone should hold him accountable for what he said?
About what he said about Zack?
Yeah, those allegations are not something that you can just say about someone, right? These are things that
is it what
the whole
you were telling us
talking about now
before?
Yeah, what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I don't watch his stuff. So like,
I think people just give him too much attention. So when he speaks about stuff like this, he knows it's going to get him attention. So I think people should just stop giving him attention.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree completely. And I didn't know that he said, I don't watch him. I blocked him. I really could care less about the guy. But then, the Twitter thing, the Twitter feed is just everything. Even from Lightcast to Film Junkie to every single person I know is talking about what he said. And when you spark something like that and make an accusation like that, I do believe that you need to be held accountable because he has a platform like he does. What he says isn't just like if I said it, right? Or if Joe Schmo said it. He's telling an audience that believes what he says, something that is not true, and he's what do they call it? Defacing Zach's character.
I think Zach really could care less about what Cody say about him. So I don't think that. I mean, any legal action or whatever people want, Zach doesn't care. So
yeah, right. And if I was Zach, I wouldn't care either. I'd just be like, "Who are you?" Like,
you gotta be able to take criticism.
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't criticism.
You're at that kind of level.
Zach knows for sure.
Criticism, allegations. You're gonna get all kinds of nonsense spewed at you.
Right. And just I just had to bring it up and see what you guys thought of. It's not really something I would like want to spend too much time with a guest on.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a question. Once Snyder's Justice League comes out, I think it's already a success just because of all the media that's and talks. Do you think Warner Brothers is going to look at the success, even if they have people who are against him and say, "Crap, give him Justice League 2, or at least bring him back into the fold"? Do you think that happens, or do you think that we're going to have to just accept Justice League as our victory?
I like it. The article that dropped the Joker pictures, he was talking about if there was ever a second one or a continuation, that he would want to involve more of like the death of Robin and stuff like that. I don't think Zach just drops things like that without the expectation of people like hyping up like Justice League 2.
Yeah. Exactly.
So he puts things out like this so we can latch on and be like, show that there's a demand for something like that.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
Thank you. For me, I mean, I feel like a lot of the issues with them not like if they weren't going to go ahead and do it, I feel like one of the only things in the way is Toby Emmerich.
Yes.
I feel like he's been the one person in the way the entire time.
True.
So, and I mean, I'm not campaigning for someone to get fired because like that's fucked up in itself.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would be more of a shoo-in if he wasn't involved.
Yeah, and I think like a huge clue here is like he took his cliffhanger and like expanded upon it, right?
Yeah.
And like if I was going back and making a movie that was just gonna be one and done, I'd probably find a way to wrap up the story and like bid adieu and farewell. But for him to supposedly be making the cliffhanger even bigger, I think it's a little bit of a tell. And I think it is a absolute no-brainer to continue the story on HBO Max. Whether it's in theaters is a different story, but I'd be excited if it was on HBO Max.
Yeah, I mean,
so
any
Wonder
continuation
Meg,
of it. Go ahead.
Yes. I know you have a meeting. I do not want to be the reason you're late. So, we'll have you on again sometime soon where we can spend a little bit more time, maybe after the film comes out, and we can talk about what our favorite parts were, whatever.
For sure. Thank you guys for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Wonder Meg.
Anytime.
And Anthony, you can stay for a couple more minutes if you can, if you want. We're probably gonna go till like 9:30ish. So
okay, that works. That works.
Why not have them call my birthday? They could be our guests. Or my birthday. My birthday is March 18th, Anthony.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
we're actually
gonna be here for like 20 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing 20 hours. So if you can stop in for 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Deadass.
You want to bring me in for 20 hours? I'm in. Let's do it.
So drip.
We're doing that all day, motherfucker.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be getting drunk at a bar, so
whatever time. I honestly, actually, the time, it's to be determined, obviously, because we don't know exactly what time of the day the movie's gonna come out. So, like,
exactly,
I will be streaming as well. Probably not during the movie, but just like a pre-show, and then drop off line, go watch it, and then me and a couple of other dudes, the four nerds, are going to jump back on afterwards to give our reactions to the movie.
I think that's what. Because that's exactly what we're doing as well. So I think everyone's doing it.
If you're going to be going for 20 hours, I'm sure I could drop in there. Is it really 20 hours?
All right.
We don't know. So we're going to start at 10 a.m.
Here's the thing. I will send you the link on that day. Okay. If you come, you come. If you don't, no hard feelings. Because we don't do that. We don't have hard feelings.
I'm off all day, so and
hopefully I took 2 days off, baby.
From a friend of mine I asked, he said he thinks it's going to be the same as Wonder Woman 84, where it's 12 noon Eastern. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
Yeah. So if it does, that's fire for us.
Fire, bro.
Because are we all on the East Coast?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Yeah. I'm in Georgia. Yeah, Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah. Y'all in Massachusetts, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
The bean.
Okay. How'd you feel about your boy this weekend, man? You cheer him on?
Whoa, Mr. Brady? Mr.
Yeah.
No? Of course I did. I did.
Okay, good. You're supposed to. Good.
I grew up a Raiders fan, so I did not cheer him on. Yes. Everyone laughs at me. What the fuck, man? Shut up.
I know a lot of Raiders fans, man.
I'm a diehard, man.
Yeah, I know plenty because they're old school legendary team. You know, the back in the day, the Raiders.
They were the Patriots.
Yeah, hey, next season, man, we just did the season finale yesterday. Like, I don't know if y'all saw on my channel, I have a show called Instant Replay that I do during football season. And we just finished the season. Yesterday was the season finale. We do it every Tuesday after Sunday, the games. And we get on for like 2-3 hours, dude. And just look it up on my YouTube channel. You'll see some episodes. And I like, hey, dude, we're always looking to have people on, man. So
I'll have me. I do football, baby.
Hey, we would also love, if you ever need anyone for any of your shows, we're always willing to cross over.
Yeah, I'll have you on, man. I'll
question.
My show is my show is pretty random. My show, like the ACS Universe, this right here is pretty.
Yeah.
It's normally I try to go once a week. Sometimes it's on Wednesday. Sometimes it's on Friday. Sometimes it's just. But the show I do, Four Nerds with Dawson and Nicotina.
I love those guys, man.
And Ryan, we do it every Thursday, and then World's Finest it's every other Sunday, but we decided to do it every Sunday for the month of April, for February, because of the Zack Snyder Justice League, like the promotions and stuff.
Kind of leading up into it, right?
Hard.
Yeah. And
question: someone in the chat asked something that I forgot. One of my questions that I had, and I was supposed to ask you both, but I'm an idiot and I didn't. So would you like to see, and I kind of know the answer to it already, but how would you feel about a Ben Affleck Batman HBO series?
1,000% down for that.
Yeah, not even a question. I love it.
Yeah.
So I got this thing, right? And this is 100% just me, right? Most people don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about when I bring this shit up. But I got this thing when it comes to my superhero movies, especially Batman, because I'm such a dick rider for the guy, that if I recognize an actor from something, I immediately hate it. So the second I saw Ben Affleck, I was like, nope, I'm good. I want nothing to do with it. Christian Bale, I was just a kid when Batman Begins came out. That was 05, right? I was a youngin' for that, so I didn't know any better at the time, right? But as I grow up, and it's not just Ben, it's all kinds of actors. Ryan Reynolds, when he was playing Green Lantern, I was like, nope, I'm good. I don't want nothing to do with it. Shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know I'm a weirdo, but Ben.
I feel you on a certain level. I feel you want to see the actors get lost in it to the point that you don't like Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Yeah.
Right.
Did not recognize him as Heath Ledger. Just recognize him as a Joker.
There it is. Hugh Jackman. Shit like that.
Yeah. I feel you on that level. I mean, I'm a big Ben Affleck fan as Bruce Wayne / Batman. So, would totally be down for a series. Hopefully, we get that.
And you watch Lightcast, right? I saw you on there. I saw you commenting the other night.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the show that they did about Restore the Snyderverse, and they said that. I mean, we don't take what Lightcast says as gospel here, but we do trust them. They're friends of ours. But
Taylor has some connections.
So what they were saying was like kind of like it's a double storyline. The first storyline, the death of Robin storyline, takes place before BVS, and the Deathstroke storyline takes place after Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now it's 8 episodes, it's a one-off, and at the end it kind of converged. The storylines converge, so we see why and how Robin dies, and then we're seeing why Deathstroke has such a gripe with Batman. And we see his divorce with Catwoman. Is that storyline? Is that something that you would be okay with?
Most definitely.
I think it's so cool.
Well, did you read the Vanity Fair article? It seems like what Zach was talking about in the Vanity Fair article is exactly what the guys at Lightcast were saying. Manor getting burned down, seeing Robin killed. I'm like, damn, we heard this weeks ago.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something to it.
Yeah.
It's and if you look closely at the Vanity Fair article, he says very clearly that he says if there was a next film, this is what we would do. However, that's not likely. Well, yeah, because they're on HBO Max. It's not a film, right? Yeah. So he uses words deliberately, right, to throw you off and put hype and fire on its ass. And kind of like what Meg said, there's nothing that Zach says anytime to someone that it matters where he doesn't know exactly what he's saying. So people, people dismissed it, right? They're like, oh, it's over. It's a one and done. Well, no, look into it. Look at what he's saying. Yeah, because he's pretty much telling you
what the series and what Lightcast said. Their description of the series would be before Justice League anyway. So like whatever Zach will be doing, if he's doing the next few movies in the Justice League series, those are after a Batfleck series that would have him against Deathstroke. That would have him against or you see the death of Robin. You know what I'm saying? Because all that stuff is before. So by the time Justice League 2 will come out, if it does, having that series be in between the two would be fire because you get to see a little bit of history of why. And then obviously at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, you're going to see Deathstroke and Joker, and they're all going to be in the same space together. So a Ben Affleck series like that would give you the backstory you needed for like, you know what I'm saying? For like, because I'm guessing there might be some that scene at the end that the additional photography is probably going to be a lot of inside. I ain't gonna say inside jokes, but there's going to be a lot of inside things there that like a Batfleck series could explain. Done after the movie. You know what I mean? Just I don't want, like I said, I don't want to say inside jokes, but like a couple of things where Joker might say something to Batman, you might not know what the fuck he's talking about, but it could be explained.
Exactly. That's a good thing to point out. I didn't even think of that because we are talking about a Batman that's been at it for quite some time already. Yeah, I'm hoping years, not. So I got two things for you, right? First, I'm guessing I'm the only non-fan here, right? So from my perspective, this upcoming Justice League is going to be the determining factor. Whether or not they go forward with Zach. If this shit blows up and it's lit and it's what you guys been saying it's gonna be, then you're good. You're Gucci. He's coming back and he's gonna be here for a while. Secondly, the question for you: do you have anybody in mind to play young Ben? Because we're gonna have to go back pretty far that we can't keep Ben. You feel me? Like we're gonna have to recast somebody to play the younger Batman leading into Ben.
Man.
Well,
I disagree.
Or they do the CGI, make him young. Thing.
No, but Ben Affleck doesn't look that old to begin with. They made him look older in BVS.
Okay, no. So
we're talking like a year one Batman.
No. So what we've heard, speculatory, I suppose, is Robin has been Robin for 10 years, right?
Okay.
He's really pretty much on the verge of being Nightwing at this point when he dies. So you got to think Batman's
100% dick. Like that, right?
Yeah, it's not Jason Todd. It's and the reason why he chose Dick Grayson was because it holds way more weight that he's than Jason Todd.
Yeah, nobody likes Jason.
Right. So
I fucking hate Jason.
yeah, and the shorts that the shorts that we saw.
Yeah.
Well, those are only shorts because Homeboy got his legs cut off. The rest of the uniform's gone. Right? Those aren't the Jason Todd or those aren't like the Robin shorts.
Oh, okay. I thought Zach was just trying to show off them Robin glutes.
No. Homeboy got his legs chopped off. So theoretically, right? Batman doesn't have a Robin in year one, right?
No.
So let's say 5 years pass, 6 years pass, right?
Yeah, Robin's been at it.
Right, 6 years pass, then Batman takes on a Robin. And Robin's been Robin for 10 years. That means we're 16 years into Batman. Right. Yeah. That's only 4 years before BVS.
So you think that's where this show would start? Is at the death of Robin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the flashbacks would.
Okay. The flashbacks.
Yeah.
And again, we forget that they made Ben Affleck look older in BVS. If you see recent films of Ben Affleck, he still looks pretty young. I mean, he's pushing 50, but he still looks like in his early 40s, late 30s. So they can just dye his hair, get rid of the gray, make him look like he's in his late 30s,
Actually,
not that old looking.
It'd be hard to cast a younger him, but like they were saying, though, the last time I saw a picture of him walking the streets, dude looked like he was 30.
Yeah.
He looks young, especially when he clean shaves and he's back in shape, and so he still looks young enough to, I think, that they might not even have to CG it. They just little bit of makeup effects and he'll be, you know what I'm saying, and he'll look younger. So I think, unless they're trying to go with like you want to see Bruce when he's 15, then you definitely going to you know what I'm saying? Like if they're gonna flash it like that.
If we're going the HBO Max route, this is what I'll say: anything's possible, right? Anything, because HBO Max, as we all know, they aren't afraid to take risks that studios, like theatrical studios, would never take. They will never take a risk. It could be a good and a bad thing, right? Yeah. So there's a potential for a younger version of Ben Affleck. I think we don't go that route just yet. But
agreed.
Not with Pattinson coming up.
Yeah, not with Pattinson coming up, and then they're gonna have the Pattinson spin-off show, Gotham PD on there. Yeah, you excited? Are you excited for that show?
Gotham PD, I don't know.
No. Pattinson, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. I am excited to see it. That first trailer. I from the announcement, I was like, I already know Pattinson's a great actor.
He really is.
Yeah, he's a great actor. And Matt Reeves is dude. The Planet of the Apes movies, that trilogy is so high on my list of trilogies, it's ridiculous. So I already knew Matt Reeves could pull it off, and so I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And I saw that trailer, the first trailer. I was like, okay, they got something here. This looks fire. So I think the movie's going to be great. I do. I actually think the trilogy is going to be great. I'm really happy we haven't seen anything from that since that trailer that came out at JusticeCon, or not JusticeCon, but at DC Fandom, because I don't want to see anything else until the movie's about to come out. So I think they wrapped filming recently. So I think it's going to be good. I'm excited for that. As far as the Gotham show, I'm like, I just saw a show called Gotham. It's almost the same thing y'all are describing here. So let me see what y'all got.
That's what I thought too, because I like the Gotham show a lot, and it was very much focused on Jim Gordon solving cases. I'm like,
it seems to be the same thing, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see when it comes out.
That's right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, this is Quick Tip, and we are about to hit that 60-minute mark, which is now, what we kind of aim for is an hour. However, don't expect Anthony never to come back. Obviously, we'd love to have you back on an actual podcast episode, maybe. That's where we, get really in depth and talk. So, and then you know where I am at. You know where to find me if you ever want to do anything, ever.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
I'll reach out if I can get a show of mine scheduled far enough ahead. Like I said, it's random, so like that I have an actual date for it. Then I'll shoot it to you guys and see if y'all can bounce on, man.
Heard.
My show is legit unscripted as fuck. It just I have things to talk about if there is something to talk about, but I do not consider myself
right?
Yeah, I'm not an interviewer by any means. I just like to hang out. I invite you to come hang out with me for an hour or two. So that's
you know what?
Yeah, he's the interviewer out of us too. Yeah. I can't do that shit to save my life.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'll have some questions, but like, I'm just
we're on the same boat. Don't feel
that's why we work together. That's why we work so well together, right? So I'm like, I'm kind of more like by the book and strict. And he backs me up with the humor and the laid backness. So
nice.
But thank you again so much for joining us.
It was my pleasure, man.
Truly, you're a good person, and to Meg, we also thank you. We had such a good time. You guys are always welcome back at the corner.
Yeah.
And we'll set something up soon.
All
so
right,
maybe you can tell people. I mean, is that your Twitter right there?
Yeah. You want to do a quick plug?
Yeah. You can find me on all forms of social media at 2279ACS. You can just go to YouTube and search the ACS Universe. You'll find my YouTube channel there. You find me on Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. for Nerds, which actually has its own YouTube channel now. Every other Sunday and every Sunday for the near future with World's Finest with me and my homegirl Meg, and then my show, which is random, and you just catch it on there whenever you see the live icon on the Periscope thing on Twitter.
That's what's up. Good shit.
Right.
Good shit.
So again, thank you guys for joining us tonight. And I forgot to do this in the beginning, by the way. I forgot to do it all the usual stuff. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and join our fresh, new, exclusive pop culture Patreon corner. It's a mouthful. I gotta learn how to say it the correct way. But we already have 3 members. We have our boy Caden, Nick DePalma, and our newest member Joseph Brown. It is now available to be joined, and you get a bunch of exclusives. Which can be found in the description of this video. As always, we're brought to you this month by Bonk's Bar. It's a bar in Philadelphia, sells seafood, beer, wine. If you ever are in Philadelphia and you need a nice little casual restaurant to go to, head over to Bonk's. The menu link is in the description. Check out these wings. My God, look at them wings.
Wings looking
and I'll be there tomorrow night.
Yep. And our resident producer hosts trivia there on Thursday nights at what time, Jack?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Prime time.
8 o'clock.
So if you ever want to go do trivia, head over there and take whatever prize Jack is offering that day.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on Sunday.
Take it easy.